Got a special guest. Okay. Look at that. You guys see him? It's been a long time, right? Look, boy, look. That should be the thumbnail. Yeah, think about that. That should be the thumbnail, guys. Anyways, he's here in his Santa costume. Say what's up. Say the Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's to you guys, for those of you guys who celebrate both. Let me get my camera situated. It is kind of messed up right now. Hold on, guys. You guys didn't think I was just going to end the year without a video, right? I mean, it'd be pretty weird if this video comes out after the New Year's, right? But, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, All Time. I'm back with another video. Figured I'd record a little bit more before the year ends. It's been a very crazy year. Let me know down in the comment section, or even just in the premiere when I premiere this, like how did you guys feel about this year? How did you guys feel about everything, you know? And more specifically, how was your guys' holidays, right? Hopefully it was good, whether you celebrate Christmas and or New Year's or not. Still, just let me know. You know, that's why I make these community posts or these YouTube videos for. More specifically, the intros. I got some things for Christmas. A lot of it, if not any of it, I didn't ask for, but I am grateful for. One thing I didn't ask for and something that I didn't expect was the audience, right? You guys. And I just want to say I heavily appreciate all of you guys for everything you guys have done for me. I wouldn't really be here if it wasn't for you guys, right? And, you know, this year for me has been pretty unforgiving. It's been pretty rough. It hasn't been horrible at all. In fact, it's actually been pretty good in a lot of areas. It's been a huge learning experience, right? And I think moving into the next year, hopefully I can do better, right? Not just as a content creator, but as a person. And I hope you guys can continue to support me and watch me regardless of all the videos that I make. I still want to put out some before the end of the year, but still, it has been a long time since I've sat down and actually been, you know, I was actually able to read manga. I've just been very busy. And hopefully you guys will enjoy this one along with many of the other videos to come. I don't think we'll hit 3K by the end of the year, but that's fine, you know. We'll just set more goals for ourselves. That's what we always do, whether we hit them or not, right? Let's see if we can hit 3K before, I don't know, February or something near my birthday. So that'd be a cool birthday present, right? Leave a like, dislike the video. I'm perfectly cool with that. Last video, what happened, right? I'm going to try not to get excited, but, you know, I've heard some things within the community and also a lot of things within the community too. And I just, again, I'll be talking about everything Blue Lock related at the end. I just want to use this video as a way for us to catch up, right? But also to talk. So we missed a lot of stuff and I just want to hop straight into it. So it's been a long time since I've said this, but I'll see you guys, you know, in the U20 World Cup.
To become the best in the world, to the world stage. I will lead Japan at the World Cup and bring it back.
That's the kind of ego I want to see here.
Chapter 326, Cola. Goal. He's here. Luigi Asagi, the final goal from Japan's young ace. Blue Lock Japan seizes an overwhelming victory in the first round. That was some serious telepathy. You're the best, monster. I knew you'd give me that pass. I'm the only one who could have pulled that egotistic stunt. Galazzo, shame to you. You two are too cool. How about it, folks? I, Jiringo, Irachi-sama, have kept them at 0 with my defense. other than an annoying shitty game. But I gotta say, it sure turned me on. Hey Sagi, that was a crazy new technique you tried out. How much of it did you plan? None of it. That last shot was a total ad-lib. I was expecting Onazi to have an awakening, but I really had no idea until that moment that he'd make a shot after that trap. The moment you stopped him, I was inspired to try making my own version of that shot. This freaking guy. His imagination and inspiration speed are on another level than before. Gotcha. His egoism could devour Ego's entire plan. I gotta test it out thanks to you. Thanks, Captain. Damn it. Utterly shut out. We were totally obliterated. They devoured all of it. Our fire, my ego, Onazi's evolution. He drew out that awakening, and it made it seem like he was gathering data from the Japanese team, but in the end, all of it was exploited to help him grow. How stoic can one guy be? He's out of his mind. Yoichi Sagi is a horrifying soccer machine. Yeah, Kuso, he is horrifying. He's the most horrifying egoist we've met in our tiny world, Onazi. But he smashed apart that tiny world for us. He's the ultimate soccer player. Thank you, Yoichi Sagi. I'm glad that I got to meet you here. Did you make a nice memory? Shut up. This won't end as a memory. I'm gonna surpass you someday, so just wait, Yoichi Sagi. That's the egotistical curiosity I wanna see. Let's meet again. Alright, I haven't been saying much. That bro fist, right? Between the egoists, right? Or between a egoist, and we can see the fire, the flare is still burning, right? Because this really could have been the moment that he would have been shut completely down. I want to quit. It's over for me. The fire could have been extinguished, but it was still there. That beating celebration was so good too, and I really like Kuso and really Aiku's talk on Isagi. This whole game has been build up for all of them, but really, obviously, Isagi. So this does kind of scare me a bit, moving forward for the future games. But also, again, beautiful art, beautiful emotions. I love the paneling. I'm seeing the next one. Is that him? That's him. Is that the... We haven't seen him in a while. I haven't seen him in months. Is that him? You guys see the reflection in my glasses? You guys know what panel I'm looking at.
Say my name. You're Heisenberg. Goddamn
A passionate fist bump from both teams' aces. The Japanese team has made an incredible start with this first round sweep. Quit smiling, Yoichi. I'm so shitty angry. I can't even drink my shitty cola. Could've won 8-0, you ass clowns. Huh? That happy kid from before. Oh, so you're one of us too. Cause how we gonna get all of the new gen's opinion on this? Now hold on, and I saw the next one. I saw Charles there. We're just getting all of the new gen opinions. You know what's crazy, guys? Like, look, I'm gonna go up here, right? So first off, Kaiser, right? He's back. But not just that, but the new gens. Don't make me scream, guys. Dude, like, I'm trying to be calm. Let me be calm for this intro. This is only the first chapter. Wow, look at how bored Sai is. He's just, oh man. So boring. That's crazy. Somewhere in Tokyo, right? So again, he's still in Japan just watching. And then, wow, Bunny, right? We finally get a Bunny reaction. The happy kid from before, so you're one of us. And his eyes, like, I don't know, they look kind of empty or something as Isagi's being interviewed here. Oh, nah, man. The happy kid. Remember, Isagi did comment on how Bunny looks sad. So that could mean a lot of things. And I definitely have something to talk about for this next panel, and there's Loki, too. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Loki, what do you think of Japan's level? Small fry with nothing but passion and typicality. They've got guys like Cheeto. I can't wait to fight against him. We're playing in Japan in round 2, right? Right. Well, on a personal level, I want to face Yoichi Isagi again and ask whether he thinks I'm still full of myself, just because I happen to be born fast. Oh, is that Yoichi Isagi guy really that interesting, Loki? How does it look to you? Oh my gosh, wait. Oh, that's the guy I saw, right? Oh my gosh. But first off, right, Loki's just like, I wanna know for myself if I just happen to be born fast or not. Oh my gosh, there's too much. This is too much. Guys, I'm gonna scream. That's oh.
Now this shit got big to ever. I just hop the jet, this shit go straight to ever.
たとえ聖人が間違わずに歩んでいようと悪事は時に起こる避けられない君は間もなく死ぬ
Now I got these with bigger than ever. I've been blocking shade, I sit under umbrellas. I'm an alien, bitch, I feel like changing the weather.
Hugo, totally unsuitable. Peak chapter, peak. Don't make me. Hey. All right, so we got people talking. Let me calm down. Guys, I was about to scream. I have to check myself, right? So as we see, this is another new Gen World 11. I'm just gonna turn my screen around, and then we'll obviously talk with the full screen. But we get a full panel of Hugo, right? Someone that I've heard of before, and this is the new Gen 11, the newer new Gen World 11 that we're gonna be facing off against very soon, very soon. We do not know how long this intermission is going to be, but this has been by far the shortest match in all of Blue Lock, in my opinions, guys. Was this match shorter than the FC Barca versus Bastard Muhin game, like in the beginning of the NEL? It feels like it, right? And scrolling back up here, but right, and on a personal level, I want to face Isagi Yoichi and ask him whether he still thinks I'm full of myself just because just because I've happened to be born fast, right? And obviously, Charles is really excited to see Shido. Definitely, Shido's going to be playing next game. I'm calling it, guys. And then we see egotistical Loki here training like he still wants it. He's sweating here. Again, what's interesting is that Loki is training with these guys. He's training, and Hugo is just bored. He looks empty. He looks evil. He looks, I don't know, very calm. Again, new generation of France. Man, this is going to be very interesting. As we scroll back up, something I've already talked about here was the new Gen 11's world's opinion. Kaiser, I mean, this isn't anything new. You know, I've talked about this, guys, in my last video on how Isagi's now at this point. Like, there's no going back at this point. Like, we are on a new level, right? And this is something that I've talked about, even going as far as like the new Egoist League, right? That they are on a new level. Like, this is the world stage, right? We have people, the new generation's U20s, not like the actual World Cup, but still, it's getting to that point. And obviously, with this arc, something I've always talked about is that Isagi is number one, right? He's number one in Blue Lock, but he's number one, which means Isagi has all eyes on him, right? Everybody's watching. Right, we're talking about other new generation World 11s, because again, the reason why this is so big, guys, is because this isn't even just like other people bidding on Isagi or bidding on these players during the new Egoist League. Now it's like we're looking at the Masters, right? So like the older generation, then the younger one, which is like the new Gen 11, and then the younger, which is the Blue Lock 11, these other guys, right? The new guys. So now Isagi not only has the older generation kind of peeping him, still ignoring him, at a certain point during the new Egoist League, they had to look at him, right? But now it's all of these new generation World 11s that's looking at Isagi. They're looking at him. He was controlling the game. He was, and every Blue Locker had their chance to shine. And all of the new generation World 11's opinions were just like, it's average. It's not that good. He's okay. Like, Sai's opinion, you could have won 8-0. Like, he's just like utter complete evisceration, right? Kaiser's just like, he hates the fact that Isagi's happy, right? Because obviously what he did to him. Loki just wants to face, oh my gosh, dude, when he face up against Loki, I don't know how we're going to win. Like, I don't know, guys. I really do not know how we're going to win, but my honest thoughts of this chapter, this was like my favorite chapter so far. This was really entertaining, like extremely entertaining. And it only makes me more excited, and I'm looking at the next cover art. Wow, Oh my gosh, there's no way. Dude, guys, let's calm down, lock it up. I mean, again, how do you guys feel so far? I tried to be calm, but inside, just know I was screaming, guys. I was getting hyped. That, to me, it all goes into my perspective of what I've always had about the Blue Lock players. They need to go beyond their beyond. All right. Just when you think you're satisfied and just when you think you're comfortable, you have to keep hungering, or else, you know. But we'll see. We'll keep going. All right. Chapter 327, Birdcage, Part 1. Hello, geniuses. You're the 300 plus one strikers I've personally selected. You have one mission. Surpass Blue Lock and become the world's best striker. To that end, we'll be holding a careful selection, and surviving 2 players will get a chance. What did I say? Kira's back. Kira is back. Kira's back? It's like Kira's back, though? Okay. I have high hopes. Not just for Kira, guys. Obviously, we know who I have the highest hopes for. But I'm saying, like, guys, only 2 people are going to get picked. It's Kira and Nagi, and it's not even close. It has to be. They might introduce another guy, but it has to be them. That's crazy how, like, you know, the Tanuki guy, he's hosting his own, which I think is really interesting. I told you guys, Kira's gonna be back, though. What? Am I the only one that's kind of, like, optimistic about that? Like, I'm kind of happy about it. Kind of not. I don't know. I don't want to say I'm not happy. I'm just more curious on what Kaneshiro plans on doing with this. To represent Japan in the final round of the U20 World Cup, if you're the one of those top 2, you'll receive my full support. I'll back you up in everything, from commercials to domestic and international transfer negotiations. I swear I'll do everything in my power to make you a star. Okay, geniuses, if you want everything soccer has to offer, then come in. The Blue Lock Project Special Edition Side B starts now. What's interesting, guys, about this panel, and I just want to stop here real quick. These guys are from the earlier parts. You guys remember? These guys, and I remember the guy up there, you guys can't really see my mouse, but the guy up there, he was known as like the Messi or whatever, the fake Messi. I don't know, the wannabe Messi or something. And then the one of the bottoms is the brothers, and the other guy was like the ninja guy from the first selection. That's insane. He's just ripping off ego. But these contracts are just shining looking traps. Looks like some former Blue Lock dropouts are here. Roger. Huh? You too? No, I'm new to Blue Lock. I'm part of the first batch Batsura-san called for this selection. The name's Hanero Shindo, and I'm one of the AAA from the Netherlands League. Nice to meet you, Ryosuke, Japan's Hope, Kira. Yeah, same to you. Are you one too? Sure am. It's on these cards they gave us when we got here, right? Looks like it's this way. I've got to say, I can't believe Ryosuke Kira couldn't hack it in Blue Lock. And now you're taking another crack at it. That's intense. You must really love Blue Lock, huh? No, utter shit. What's going on here is basically inhumane brainwashing. I took Batsura's offer so I could refute those methods. Gotcha. So you're like an anti-Blue Lock extremist? Roger. Yeah. I've risked it all to come back here, so I can crush Blue Lock and Yuichi Isagi. Okay. Roger. I see you in the next room. That's crazy. Wow, but the fact that he's holding that in from chapter 1 and he's refuting the philosophy, this is something that I've said, is that I feel like us, like the author Kaneshiro, going back and bringing back Kira, or even just utilizing him, it's going to be so interesting. Like, this other guy is probably going to be another main guy. Again, his name was Hanero, Hanru, or obviously his name is Shindo. We'll call him Shindo. And Shindo is going to be the other guy. And I believe you guys have said before, or that I've heard, that this guy, I think, is from the Nagi spinoff. So let me know if I'm right on that. I'm not entirely sure if he's like a reoccurring character. It seems like he is. But he wants to get revenge so I can crush Blue Lock and Yuichi Isagi. That ain't the same Isagi from back then. I'm looking at the panels here. That ain't the same Isagi. We all know this. We all know this. We all know this. And the fact that he gets his own room. You guys know who I'm looking at. He gets his own room. He like guaranteed gets a spot. Guaranteed. And this ain't the same. This ain't the same. This ain't the same GOAT, guys. This is a new fired up one.
The rapper gon' do it up right there and lay at that chain with VS run all over the place. I hit that net with 20K and left the store with a little bit of chain. I'm Mr. Turnip, I'm Mr. X. I'm geeked up when I said you money about sleep, had a heavy high race. Yeah, finesse with the bit of the day. I'm right side, I ain't doing it. Nigga, I've been say the same, I ain't changed. Oh, then tell my pop, I feel like going insane and I won't change. It's my water that pop.
Hey. Someone beat us here. Huh? For real? You're Seishiro Nagi? Oh, the guy who dropped out right at the end? Oh, it really is Seishiro Nagi. What's going on here anyway? Look! Chapter 327, Birdcage Part 2. Change into your bodysuits and stand by. So there are 13 of us in here. Roger that. Anyway, Seishiro Nagi, what are you doing here? You're pretty rude, huh? Are you always this blunt when you meet someone? My bad. But I want the info you gained fighting that damn Yuichi Isagi. Huh? What do you hate Isagi or something? Yeah, I hate him. I despise him like crazy. Hello, geniuses. Are you all ready? Dude, and Kira here's angry. Dude, look at Kira's eyes. Why am I getting excited over Kira? But it's not even just that. It's the demeanor in which Nagi had. You're pretty rude. Oh no, I don't know. This new Nagi here, right? He's learning how to fight and survive again, but it's different. Like, the one thing that it's not just Kira, but this other guy, Tushindo, and really most of all, Nagi needs to understand and learn is that despite the fact that all of, in the room is just filled with these nobodies or, characters from the first selection, not good, players, they need to know what it's like to fight with your life on the line, like what Reen always joked about, right? What we always used to joke about back in our previous videos. You need to learn to fight and survive, even if it's against the weakest or strongest people. It's the fire that ignites and burns within you. What is your reasoning for wanting to play soccer? The 11 cage players pass the ball while trying to keep it away from the two birds. If the birds steal the ball, they win. The time limit is 136 seconds. If the two succeed, they move on to the next stage. If they fail, they go back to the cage. Then the new bird is chosen and the game restarts. However, only the first 3 pairs will get through. In other words, 6 of the 13 will survive. Now get going, my little geniuses. First birds are chosen in entry order, so the first bird is you, Seishiro Nagi. I see. Alrighty. I haven't felt this in a while. Now then, choose a partner to fight with you. Widespread down thing. Okay. First off, Seishiro Nagi, he's getting ready, right? Against these scrubs, right? This is very reminiscent to the tag game. Like, if I'm correct, guys, this is extremely similar to the tag game. I'm actually really hoping that Nagi, he's obviously going to make it through, but I want him to find some things through this, right? He made it to the end with all of the players he was supposed to, but failed when it mattered the most, and he was declining just as much as Isagi, these other players were, getting better, right? So now that Nagi has been reset to 0, what are you going to do now? I've always said this. What are you going to do now? This is something I've always said in the past multiple videos I've made. So now he has to start from 0 again and build his way up to really discover the fire. Now that he has it within him, will it ever extinguish? because none of the other blue lockers, fire within them extinguish. They found their philosophies. So what about you, Nagi? What are you going to do? But really, it's Kira too. I mean, again, I know I'm like acting this way, but like it'd be really interesting if Kira continues. Like I want them to get past this. I do. Then I choose you, Isagi Hater King. Like you, I have to crush you. Isagi and Blue Lock like crazy. Roger. Yuichi Isagi. Could we have a little chat? Little chat? What you... Hey, what we do? We in trouble? Hey, Ego, listen, we won though. Nah, all jokes aside, again, I really, guys, okay, listen. From a narrative perspective, I really like that. We're gonna go back, flash some panels, but I just want to go to, I really want to go to this widespread here. First off, I love the art here. Then I choose you. Look at the shading on Nagi here. Then I choose you, Isagi Hater. Just as much as Isagi went for him at the end, Nagi's going for him too. So, will Kira get knocked out again? Again, I hope not, but... And then, obviously, it's Nagi x Kira down here, 2 missing 16, and then we have the Shindo guy over here as well, while everyone else is kind of looking at it. I love the art here. This looks really cool. This is probably one of my favorite panels in this chapter. But then we get the bottom panel here of Ego wanting to talk to Isagi. I don't know what that could mean. And then we get, like, this really tough panel of Nagi stretching here. What is Ego going to talk to him about? Like... I don't think it's going to be anything bad. I don't think he's going to be angry at him. I think he's just going to have one of those, I think he's going to have one of those philosophy type of talks. I think it's going to be sort of he's going to propose a question. And he's going to propose a statement or something. Like, I don't think it inherently is going to be anything bad from what we've been reading so far, but I think... it's going to be sort of something we can all sit on and think about, right? And have a discussion for. That's why I'm excited for the next chapter. But throughout these past 2 chapters, it's the post-match. And I love it. I love the world building. All right, we're building the hype. Loki's getting, he's getting ready. Nagi's, he's starting back, right? I wanted this. I really wanted this. Like, more than anything. And it's just I'm happy for Nagi in the sense of him being sort of like a huge reflectionary type of character to Isagi, right? And I think with the hype and everything centralizing so far around Isagi, I think it's fascinating because throughout all of Blue Lock, Isagi really hasn't been number 1. If anything, he's been slowly, desperately trying to reach that point. He's been slowly trying to get to that point. And even when we think he's at that point, he's always being triumphant by these geniuses, by these talented learners before he was even introduced to us. He was always being surpassed, always. And again, I think like it only kind of adds to what makes him so important right now that Isagi is beyond just the Blue Lock's gaze, but the global gaze now, right? Or it's sort of like, multiple countries. It's like, I think it's deserved, in my opinion. I'm a huge Isagi fan, guys. You guys have, it's no secret, I love Isagi. He's probably like my favorite character, but that doesn't mean I don't want to see him fail. That doesn't mean I don't want to see him, succeed. That doesn't mean I do or don't. Like, the way I feel about Isagi is almost just as general as the way I feel about every character in Blue Lock. All of these characters are very brilliantly written, right? And so far, my favorite character, even outside of Isagi, is really Ego, because he makes us think. He makes us question what we're reading or what Blue Lock, truly is. It's beyond just soccer or football. Again, I've told you guys, it's sort of a philosophy type of manga, right? It's like a battle shonen built soccer-wise, but hitting us constantly with existential type of questions. What does it mean to live? What does it mean to have a purpose? What does it mean to have a fire inside of you, which is synonymous with purpose? What does it mean to be you? What is the ego? What is the self? Which is essentially the same in a way. You know, how do you view your own existence? Or how do other people interpret your existence, and how soccer can be a reflection of that? It's like it's multiple different things that we've already talked about. Again, for all the people who aren't new to my channel, you guys know this. Like, this is stuff that we've always talked about since day one, since the U20 game, right? Now we're in the U20s, these U20s globally, right? So, and I think, again, it only adds more to Isagi hitting that wall during the new Egos League when faced off against PXG and the Geniuses. We'll talk about that at the end, but I just really want to cover this because I'm looking at the next chapter. Oh my gosh, this is going to be my favorite one. This is already going to be my favorite chapter. I'm getting hyped. I'm getting hyped because Ego is finally... He's finally talking to him, like genuinely talking to him. And again, I've always said it. I've always said he's talking to him slightly. He knows it. We all know it. And it's like he's finally oh man. It's like, you guys know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't gotta explain none, but like, y'all know. Y'all know why I'm gonna like this chapter the most out of any chapter so far. I don't think anything's gonna surpass this. Chapter 328, God. What do you want to talk about? At the end of the game, what was your intent with that play? I was just trying to score my own goal. It felt like the obvious thing to do as a striker. Is Ego-san angry? Sure. The last play after victory was assured. Was good timing to test your new idea. But making too many of those risky moves will create unrest among your teammates who have no choice but to follow up. And the discord will cause Blue Lock's formations and tactics to fall apart. That approach is just a secondary weapon to use when you can. Don't prioritize methods you can't reproduce. Okay, sorry, I get that. But coach, I feel like I'm about to find the theory that will defeat Noel Noah and make me the world's best. Huh? That's why your soccer isn't enough for me anymore. That's so crazy. Like, that's crazy. I'm about to find the theory. Like, he's about to find it? That's crazy. Look at the paneling. Look at this panel. Oh my gosh. And look how shocked Ego looks. Look. Oh my gosh. This is why your soccer isn't enough for me anymore. And I'm not even saying that in terms of like, oh my gosh, Isagi's so cocky. It's like, what does he mean by that? And even then, why does Ego look like that? Like that's... Ego made a good point though, in terms of having that level of not satisfaction, but having that level of hunger can create discord between your team to the point where they can't keep up with you, you know, because of that mindset or skill set or whatever you're about to do. That is fair. That is completely 100% fair. Absolutely. But Isagi, again, he's not like... Isagi is a team player, but he's not... you guys know he's an egoist, like, you know, to a degree, and that can be interpreted in many ways. Like, we've talked about this on the channel. And he wants to be the world's best because of it. Wow. Wait, I had no idea we could get up to the roof here. So high, what a view. It's for an emergency evacuation, just chill out. If that's the case, then tell me about this theory that surpasses mine. Huh? Well... It's not like I'm denying you, Ego-san. You know those compilations of super plays you sent me? When I watched those, I realized that however much they stretched my imagination, there were a limit to what I could achieve on my own, no matter how hard I try. Plus, fighting against Loki, Lorenzo, and Kaiser made me realize that even if I can win against them in matches or single plays, my abilities as an individual aren't even close to theirs. If I tried to beat Noel Noah in terms of physical abilities, it would be impossible, even if I were reincarnated 1,000,000 times. But once I let that sink in, I decided to move on. I started to see what I'm lacking. I think people are either geniuses or learners. It's not about which is better. Both types evolve through their mutual interactions. When a genius and learner are properly balanced, if they keep competing with one another in the flow state, then their growth potential is unlimited, and either can eventually be the world's best. So that's why I need to keep being the ultimate learner, that Rin and Bachira know, that all the geniuses in Blue Lock want to surpass. So keep giving me new kinds of soccer. I'll show you that I can become the best in the world. And that's the GOAT. And that's the, oh my gosh! And that's the... and we come on. Give it, bro. Give it. Give it to me. Give it to me, bro. Give me these ideas. Keep giving me new ideas. You know what's really crazy, guys? It's Ego's eyes, too, as he's watching him talk. Like, it looks like... And they look like they have the same eyes. It's like they're alike in a way. Like, I'm telling you. Ego is like him. He used to be like him or something. And again, this only aids into my conversation about geniuses and talented learners. Remember, guys, go back. Go back to when I said this. Go back. I said this. That in a way, they're good, like in their own way. It's like, and I have a question that I want to propose, because I feel like I'm not going to remember it later. Like, imagine you guys were playing a game, whether it was the hardest game in the world or the easiest game in the world. Who would you want to have on your team, either a genius or a talented learner or a learner? And if there's discourse around that question in my comments or in the premiere, that's a good thing. It's a good thing. There should be discourse. It's not a matter of which is right and which is wrong. I'm just saying that if there's discourse around this question and there is no clear answer, then that's the good thing. And even Isagi has said this, something that I have always said, that it doesn't matter which is better. It's not about which is better, which is verbatim said right here. I think people are either geniuses or learners. It's not about which is better. Both types evolve through their mutual interactions. I'll show you guys the panel right here. This is the panel that I'm talking about. It's about whether or not they can keep competing in their flow state, then their growth potential is unlimited. Like, if Isagi keeps getting new ideas and the genius keeps outplaying him, this is exactly why Rin and Isagi have been tied, if not have been equal, for number one. This is exactly why during the NEL, it looks like Rin was always better than Isagi, which, to a degree, absolutely. Even Isagi said before that playing against them, he's outplayed all of them. Right? And not really Loki in a way, but to a degree, yeah. He outplayed all of them. But individual skills, I'm not even close. And that's not inherently a bad thing. That's not inherently a bad thing at all. It's about who's hungry enough and about who's the bigger egoist. Remember, guys, ego is the self. Who is more full within and aware of themselves enough to win? Because that's what it means to win these games. Is to be completely full in who you are, completely aware and completely comfortable in who you are. That's what wins these games. That's narrative wise. That's who has been winning all the time. If I tried to beat Noah right now in terms of physical abilities, it would be impossible even if I was reincarnated 1,000,000 times. That's insane to even say. That's insane for me to read right here. But once I decided to let that sink and move on, he didn't give up. The fire wasn't extinguished because it's not over. I started to really think about what I'm lacking. What is Isagi lacking? I'll tell you. Ideas. Ideas that he always wants to keep trying to obtain. That level of hunger is unsatiable. Like it's not only like unsatisfactory, but it's unsatiated. You can never extinguish that ever. You can never break it ever. You can never destroy it. Even through losing, you can't destroy it. You can't. You know, and that's why Shido, Oyata from those pictures, Bado, Rin, Bachira, all of these players in this panel here, at some point they wanted to surpass Isagi, even though they're better than him. Why? Come on, it's spelled out. Do I gotta read it again? You know? I didn't want to talk this much, but do we gotta read it again? We'll read it again later. That's insane, man. Really good conversation. Hey, Yuichi Isagi, do you think there's a god of soccer? Huh? You mean like Zico or Maradona? No, I mean unscientific and intangible. I don't really follow. Why is the logical ego-san talking about this? At the extremity of thought and effort, mind and body become one. Luck, the environment, everything goes your way, and you feel guided towards your destiny by something outside yourself, in a sort of omnipotent divine possession.
For 7 minutes, I experienced something I never had before. The god of soccer. It only comes to those who place themselves in its path.
When I was an active player, I encountered it. For 7 minutes, I experienced something I never had before or since. And I can only explain my level of performance at the time as the workings of some invisible power. Is that different from the flow state or luck formula? Those are just concepts I developed to study and reproduce that experience. Now answer me, Yoichi Isagi. Do you think there's a god of soccer? If that invisible power is thanks to God, then yeah, I think there is one. When I came to Blue Lock, I met Baccia right away. And at the very end of the U20 Japan match, the ball came right to me. There was also the last goal of the Neo Egoist League. I feel like in those moments, the god of soccer was telling me to set my sights on becoming the world's best. I see. So maybe so. Hey, Ego-san, let me ask you something. When you were active, what kind of soccer player were you? Just like you. I was a dreamer with a head full of ideas, but the god doesn't visit me anymore. I quit soccer when I realized that. It's too much. Okay, this chat's over. Let's go back. Then please watch me, coach. Oh, we're about to get a widespread. Dude, that's insane. Oh my god, I was right though. I was right. I mean, oh my gosh, it's not even that. The god of soccer. All of this, it almost felt like fate. Dude, don't start throwing more concepts at me. Stop. My brain can't handle this. There's too many ideas. My metavision is just, it can't keep up, guys. My narrative metavision, it can't keep up. Oh my gosh, Ego was like Isagi, man. Oh my goodness. I was freaking right. I was right, guys. Man, people were trying to call me crazy for this. Like, I was right on this. I was right on the nail with, like, Ego kind of being like Isagi. I literally called it a couple seconds later, like when I was reading this. That is crazy. Oh my gosh. Look what he's about to say. Oh my gosh. Favorite chapter. This is my favorite chapter ever. This is actually my favorite chapter ever. Of all time. All time. He's gonna say, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
My ego is my strength. It was my ego that pushed me to stand up after every failure, that ignited a fire in me to prove my worth.
I'm gonna take these new ideas and shove them into my brain, rewriting my concept of soccer!
I can't get caught up with how I used to be.
I'll be reborn again, as many times as it takes! To become the best in the world!
I'm gonna go meet the god of soccer. The egoist you birthed is gonna fulfill your dream. Yeah, go on and surpass me, Yoichi Isagi. Like that is insane, man. That was my favorite chapter. That was amazing. That was amazing, guys. That was amazing. Let's go back. We got it. I could go over this whole chapter right now. I can go over and break down this whole thing right now. But I want to go to this because I didn't get to stay on this. He looks like Ryuk from Death Note. Look, I wonder what his design is inspired by. Look at Ego. Look at him. Oh my god, look at him. Look at him. Hey, he had the 11 too. Man, I'm telling you guys this. He looks just like Isagi. Oh my gosh. 7 minutes, I experienced something I've never seen before. What was he doing in those 7 minutes? Oh man. He was fighting Noel. No, I don't know. He was doing something. I'm telling you guys, Ego was nasty. But the moment the god stopped visiting him, he quit. All of these philosophies, all of these ideals, this kind of turns everything on the head a little bit in terms of all of what I was saying. I'm going to talk while this panel stays here. While I'm looking at the god of soccer, all of the philosophies, the chemical reaction, chemical reaction, the luck, the having faith in the ego, resetting yourself to zero, the restrictive ego types, the constrictive ego types, the freedom ego types, all of these things were essentially him trying to recreate not just the best striker in the world, but to recreate that feeling. That is so crazy, man. I would have never have guessed that. Like, guys, that is insane to me, man. And it's crazy because, like, when he was saying that, I can only explain that level of performance at the time as the workings of some invisible power. And when Isagi said, this has to be the flow state or luck, things that ego was teaching him. Things that he was teaching the players, ideas that was fed to him. But those are just concepts I developed to study and reproduce that experience. Now answer me. And he says, if that invisible power of God does exist, then I do believe there is one. Why? Well, because I met Bachira. At the end of the U20's Japan match, luck came to me. And the U20 in the new Egoist League goal, I scored that. You know, I feel like those moments, the god of soccer was telling me to set my sights on becoming the world's best. You know, it's like, man, I don't really know if we're going to get a chapter soon. We're most likely not. Most likely no. But I want another chapter, like, expanding on this more. I mean, during the next game, France versus Japan, hopefully we'll get more, right? We'll get more about not just the characters, you know, Charles, Loki, Hugo, but more about this. Like, that's crazy, man. Like, it's crazy because Isagi, like, I've never seen him look like that. He's like, now let me ask you something. What kind of player were you? Aw, like, he wanted an Ego just, oh man, Ego, I'm sorry, man. Damn. Man, but it's okay though, because we gonna inherit, all right? We're gonna inherit that, just like you. I was a dreamer with a head full of ideas. He was a talented learner, 100%, 100,000 billion gazillion percent. But that guy doesn't visit me anymore, and that's when I realized that, and I quit soccer. Wow. And Isagi said, I'm going to go meet the god of soccer. I'm going to, and you know what, guys? I want to say this. That could be synonymous, right, with, or synonymous. That could be synonymous with, like, Isagi wanting to face, not just the future, but that could be him wanting to face the future. Him wanting to face himself. That could be him wanting to face, like, happiness, disparity, victory, losing, defeat. Like, the god of soccer, if you guys were to ask me, what do I think the god of soccer is, right? Because it visited ego, or it allied himself with ego for 7 minutes, right? Because now we're, like, again, I told you guys, now we're going to be talking about some more crazy stuff. And I want to flash back to this panel here. Yeah, this is the panel of Isagi facing off against Ego, the god, right? Maybe Ego is the god, right? But again, I want to stay here as I talk, right? If you guys were to ask me, what do I think the god of soccer, you know, really is? I truly believe the god of soccer is a culmination of everything that we've learned, everything, and sort of, again, the unknown to us, you know, and that's probably confusing for me to say it out loud, you know, all the time. What do you mean by that? I'm going to try my best to explain this in the best way that I can without it being confusing, and I'm actually going to flip my screen around here. I think the god of soccer, you know, the god that visited ego, right? Luck, the environment, everything that goes your way. The thing that feels like you're being guided by destiny or something. At the extremes effort, your mind and body become one, you know, the unscientific and intangible. It's like something that can't inherently be described, but to the best that the author or ego can describe it, this is what we're seeing, and this is what's being, you know, the phenomena that's being behelded in front of us here, you know. And I truly believe, guys, you know, I'm still trying to explain my answer. I'm still trying to answer the question that I proposed. I want to know what you guys personally think the god actually is, the god of soccer, this Ryuk-looking figure, right? The one with the dragon feet and the wings, and there's probably some symbolisms for that design too, right? I mean, the god looks like Ego, really. You know, in a way, it kind of looks like Isagi too. But for 7 minutes, I experienced something like I've never have experienced before. Everything was perfect, as if I was being guided by destiny itself. It's like, you know, man, that's something for us to really talk about, not just at the end, but in general. Like, I'm really, really, very, 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 very curious as to what that, like, what is that genuine, like, what does that mean? Look at look at this cover art. This is crazy. Oh my gosh, look, we got all of them in the name. Guys, hold on. Man, I don't know, man. I do not know about this. This is horrifying. Like, like, man. Oh my gosh, this car looks crazy. Like, this looks so cool. This looks really cool. Chapter 329. Don't run away. Don't think I'm not gonna comment on this. Look at the cover! Come on! We got, I believe that's Hugo up top. We have Kaiser. They all dripped out to the socks. Like, we got Sai here. We got Bunny. We have Don Lorenzo. And then we have Loki at the bottom. Hold on. What's very interesting about this, and again, we can stay on this for a little bit, guys. We're seeing everybody, right? Sai's looking at Bunny, right? Like, they're all looking different, right? This is, again, hey, don't want to look too deep, but it is that deep. We can't see Kaiser, we can't see Loki, and Hugo is purposely cut off. Like, purposely. I think that's Hugo. He's wearing all red. It's like an all red suit. He is perfectly cut off, which I think is so interesting. Like, this widespread looks crazy. Like, this cover art. Sai is focused on, you know, Bunny here. And Bunny having no shoes on. Like, he just has his feet out. Probably because he's a bunny, right? He can jump high, right? Maybe. But then there's like an orb next to him, you know, whatever that means. Don Lorenzo's kicking it. He's just chilling at the bottom looking crazy. Loki's not even looking at us. That could be, that could mean a lot of things, right? That could mean he doesn't want to see us. Maybe he doesn't want to face his future. Maybe he's scared. I don't know. Like, maybe he's not scared. Again, I don't know. And then Kaiser's looking away too. Maybe he's looking away from something too. You know, like, they're looking in the other direction. So I'm really curious as to what, you know, as to why they were positioned like this. But oh my goodness, I don't know if this is gonna be the last one, guys. I don't know. This might be, like, now we're catching up completely. I don't know, man. Like, I might read another one for you guys. I might. Who knows? I might. Dude, this is crazy. Oh no. And then I'm seeing, oh no. U20 World Cup Group A Game 2. France versus England. Oh my god, he scored a goal. Like, no. I don't know how we're gonna beat him, guys. Look, we gotta do something. I told y'all this. Oh my gosh, look at the celebration! Look at the pose. It looks like he's hitting the Wakanda pose, but I think that's a pose inspired by Mbappe. I believe that's how you say his name. That celebration looks crazy. He's got the ego flaring. 2 goals. But again, if the game ended, and you guys need to understand this, if the game ended 2-1, that means that was a close game. Like, this was not a complete blowout. You guys understand that? Like, look at the difference. Like, you guys see the the graph down here? -1, you know, Nigeria has -4, obviously, because they faced off against each other. 1 to -1. That is like a crazy difference. Like, that, they're not between Japan and Nigeria, but I'm saying, like, that shows a lot, guys. Is that just me? That just means that they were really close. Like, but Loki, he shut him down, though. He beat him. Right? Oh my gosh. How are we gonna do this? He shot from kind of like, that was kind of far. Oh my, and now we're getting the group rankings. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let's peep. Guys, there are so many group rankings here. Brazil. Oh my gosh, Spain. Spain, yeah, of course they're gonna win. That's crazy. China, Switzerland won, Italy won, Netherlands and Colombia won, Australia won, USA. Hey, USA's winning though, guys. Hey, USA, you know, I guess so. You know, Turkey, you know, Canada. Man, oh my gosh, this is gonna, man, like, dude, this has got me hyped. This is, again, like, I've talked about this before the U20 starts. Now we're gonna be getting, you know, now we're gonna be getting, like, other countries now, too. No, I don't know. Look at the next chapter. Oh, no way!
I see her. My baby pull up and treat me. Margarita to my baby, my senorita. My mama see the cold hard glasses on her. She could never ever see us taking my
Kaiser, no. You know what's crazy about this panel? Look at his eyes. He has like the ego eyes awakening or something. Phew, Germany sure knows how to win, huh? Yeah, the wait is over as shit. I've learned that from you, Yuichi. Are you trying to be style Kaiser? I've come for revenge, Yuichi. Quit messing around. Shut the hell up, you losers. In the group leagues, each team plays 3 matches, and the top 2 teams of each group will advance. If we win our next match, then we're basically guaranteed to advance to the finals. But we're up against France, who's #1 in the world. Doesn't matter, we'll devour and defeat everyone. We've got to beat them if we're gonna win, right? Being the best in the world is the only option. That's what Isagi would say, right? Totally. What the heck? Are you trying to make fun of me? Not at all. It's actually a compliment. When I get nervous, it's a nice mental boost. Yeah, the little Isagi in your head. I've gotten a little Isagi in my head too. You're definitely making fun of me, you know. It just goes to show how much everyone's looking up to you. I don't plan on giving up the title of the world's best to you. Bring it on then. That's a healthy mindset for a Blue Lock egoist. Man, it really, and again guys, this really puts into perspective like how much people do look up to him, you know, like things have changed. Like things, guys, really have changed since the U20 match, like the U20 versus Japan. Like, you know, U20 Japan's versus Blue Lock, obviously, and it's like now Isagi is #1 in Blue Lock, not #1 in the world, obviously, and everybody in a way looks at him differently now. Like he's no longer just that background character that gives good ideas every now and then and makes some good plays but still is able to fly under the radar. Him and Reen are the face of Blue Lock. They are the spitting images of the God philosophy that, you know, that Isagi was kind of talking about in a way with Ego. The idea of learners, talented learners, and geniuses. And I think it really just adds a layer to him. And I find this funny because I flip the next panel and I see them about to talk to each other in the bathroom. But yeah, I find it very interesting. Don't look at me. Same to you. Is soccer fun for you? When everything goes your way and you're an undisputed superstar? Yeah, it's fun. Jealous? Are my exploits bothering you? That's not it. Just don't get satisfied with all of this. Then until I destroy Saitoshi. Keep being a demon lord who interferes with my life, Isagi. Keep being a demon lord who interferes with my life, Isagi. Don't be satisfied. I've always said this. Don't be satisfied, guys. Never. Never. But didn't I say this? Let me hear it. Didn't I say this? Never be satisfied. Doesn't matter if it's 4-0, 8-0 like Sai said, whatever. We are never satisfied. You can't stay satisfied. Even if you're losing, even if you're winning, the pressure's on, and that's true. Rin-chan, Sinisagi, I was thinking of asking him to train with me. Don't care. Take a shit and go to sleep. Don't get satisfied. Right now, I'm number 1 in Blue Lock. I have the abilities to hold my own against the world. Everyone's chasing after me and steadily leveling up. Rin and I are strengthening each other as rival egoists. Even Ego-san's dreams are riding on me. It's fine. Everything is going well. This is good. Don't get satisfied. It's good, but what? Oh my god, I'm getting, man, you guys see it? I'm getting goosebumps. I'm getting scared just listening to this, just reading it. Like, again, he's come a long way, and it's nerve-wracking. I mean, guys, I don't know about you guys, but are you guys the type of people, person to get nervous or to get scared when the big moment happens? When you're prepared for something, the big performance, the big game, the courage to speak to people, it's like this runs kind of, this has always run deep for me, right? Personally, because I see myself in Isagi. I'm that way. I don't know what it's like to be the best in the world. I don't know what it's like to be the best ever, but I know what it's like to have pressure. I know what it's like to feel scared, to want to not really run, but to feel scared of yourself, to feel scared in the fact that you could possibly be satisfied. I know what that is like, and it's being number 1 is fucking terrifying. There's no denying that I've become the nucleus of Blue Lock, and that's exactly what I wanted to become, the best in the world. If my condition slips, I mess up and lose, there's a good chance that all of Blue Lock would collapse with me. This is the pressure you feel at the top of a team. I've never felt this sort of responsibility before. Rin, Kaiser, and Loki, have they all been fighting like this stress was perfectly natural? I'm sure Noah has also overcome it countless times. To become the best in the world, don't run away, Yuichi Isagi. Go crazy for number 1, France versus Japan. Game start.
My mama said her con hard glasses on her, she could never ever see us taking Molly with the shrooms, baby. Got her name the business. Spin the mill, baby, jump when I spin the mill for my team.
Yeah. Can we run this back?
That's right, don't run! We don't run away! Don't run! We walk it in! Oh my gosh! No! Oh, my heart! Ah! My heart! Ah! No! My heart is pounding! My dog, get up here! Jump, boy! Hey, guys, we can't be satisfied, right? Give me a kiss, boy. Guys, this is insane, bro. First off, Japan's wearing white. So I've actually seen a panel from this, and it's the last one I've seen this, right? And, it's because of people posting spoilers and stuff. He's wearing white, which is very synonymous with his first game ever. He was white, he was wearing the white, the away jerseys, and he had the 11 too. So people theorize now that they actually might lose. And I think what's fascinating about this chapter is really the panel that I'm going, like, guys, look at this. I'm not cold. Look at this. This is, like, guys, this in the God chapter was my favorite. Like, I'm not even joking. This was probably one of my favorite chapters. Like, this was so good, man. Like, it's like, oh man, what do you guys think, man? I know it's frustrating, right? Final chapter, final chapter of the video, and I want to go over one chapter, or not one, the one chapter, sure, but I want to go over the panel, and I'll flip my screen around towards it. It's the sequence of panels here that I actually want to talk about, starting off with Rin. I think, like, with the bathroom scene, this is very interesting because, one, it's kind of funny. They're just in the bathroom talking with one another. But is soccer fun for you when everything is going your way, goes your way, you're undisputed superstar? It kind of feels like God, in a sense. God is giving him this perfect alley-oop, right? Kind of feels that way, He's like, yeah, it is fun. Are you jealous? That's not it. Just don't get satisfied with all of this. I'm not. And this could be a way of not just foreshadowing a potential loss, but also two, Rin telling him that I'm used to being number one, you know? So with you, who's number one, keep fighting against me so I can become better, because they rely off one another. Rin is good, you know, a really strong player, number one, but he would have failed in the U20 match. That was Rin's cap, by the way. If it wasn't for Isagi who surpassed him then they wouldn't have won. And it's the same with the New Egos League on how they reverberated off of each other. And now with the Nigeria win, it was the same way. It was the exact same way, with them teaching the ego type of philosophy to Nigeria. But now it's like, now since they're both undisputedly kind of like those number ones for Blue Lock, he's telling Isagi, like he's giving him that sort of advice, or like that sort of perspective, like keep being the philosophy that you were talking with, you know, with Ego about God, in a sense, on the roof. Keep inspiring me so that way I can inspire you. This is like brothers talking. I don't really see this as Rin being mean. You know, Rin probably feels this way too, but it's this part here. Don't get satisfied. You know, that's when the fire goes out, guys. I've talked about this. I'm number one in Blue Lock. I have the abilities to hold my own against the world. It took them a long time. Like, it's like for a lot of people, and you know, I've seen this a lot too, for a lot of people who feel like, oh, everything's going Isagi's way, for all of the manga, it never felt that way. And it feels like just now, with this arc, just now, and especially with the end of the New Egos League, it was Isagi working his way individually, but also as a team with Bastard Muhin during the New Egos League, all the way up until now, after the New Egos League. It was his way of Isagi slowly working his way up. I mean, at first, to surpassing the Bastard Muhin team, to surpassing FC Barca. Everybody was against him. Then wanting to surpass Manshine, fighting a new Nagi, fighting a new Rayo, going hand for hand against, if not still struggling against Kaiser, right? And then with the Bastard Muhin versus Ubers game, it was the same way. They were competing, and they were tied together in terms of like goals and sort of being competitive against one another. And with the Bastard Muhin versus the PXG game, it was Isagi finally surpassing, right? We'll use quotations, finally surpassing Kaiser. So now it's like with Isagi getting it out the mud for real, you know, getting it out and just becoming the best, not in the series, but in his program. I feel like this is not guaranteed. This is deserved. I feel like this is willfully deserved. Everyone's chasing after me, and finally steadily running up. Rin and I are strengthening each other as rival egoists. Even Ego-san's dreams are finally riding on me. It's fine. Everything is going well. This is good. Don't get satisfied. It's good, but... And then we finally get the big widespread here that I'm going to flip. That being number one is terrifying. And again, I want to say this because this doesn't really feel like Isagi is... This doesn't really feel like Isagi is running away. Remember, don't run away. He's not running away. He's choosing to face the destiny that's being guided towards him with the football god. Whether that's a loss or a win, he's still choosing to face that. That is what's important. But also, being number one is fucking terrifying. Listen, guys. He's not used to being number one. He's not, Isagi is not used to being number one. It's the fear. And what's interesting, and I want to talk about this because, I can finally talk about it now. If you guys have read the Nagi spinoff, right? The Nagi side spinoff, Loki, and I remember this, and I want to talk about this real quick while this panel's in the background. Loki hinted at Nagi's downfall, saying that fear will be the one to destroy you. Kind of possibly giving us a hint of the fact that maybe fear is what destroyed Loki. Again, they're giving us a lot of hints about fear, right? It was the fear of not consistently having the football god beside him, so Ego quit. It was the fear of Isagi being number one, the fear of people relying on him, the fear that if he messes up, everything could collapse with him, the fear of possibly even Loki's backstory. Remember this, guys. This could be important for this game, narratively. And again, this only aids into... I'm going to read this before I continue that statement. There's no denying that I've become the nucleus of Blue Lock. Absolutely. Absolutely, I agree. And that's exactly what I wanted to become, the best in the world. But if my condition slips up, if I mess up and lose, there's a good chance that all of Blue Lock would collapse with me. It's seriously nuts. Again, what's really important here is that if my condition slips and if I mess up and lose, right? If Isagi loses, right? That's the main thing that we can kind of take away from this. What's important is that he said there is a good chance. That doesn't mean that it's guaranteed, which means, again, losing is important, right? Losing is just as important as victory, and I think, again, there are things that I feel like Isagi still needs if this isn't going to be the final part of the arc, because, again, if Isagi is, like, guys, you have to realize there's levels to this, right? There is number 1 in the selections, the beginning of the series. There is number 1 in the U20s against Japan, right? U20s Japan against, I'm going over the Blue Lock arcs, right? U20s Japan versus Blue Lock. There's a difference between number 1, or the definition of number 1 in the Neo Egoist League. Number 1 in the U20s World Country match here, and then number 1 in the world. Like, Isagi still is not, if not anywhere near close to that. Like, he's way closer than we've actually ever imagined. He's way closer than, absolutely. But still, like, Isagi right now is number 1 in Blue Lock, which is right after the New Eagles League, which is still important. But again, this is not the World Cup. So this was what leads me to believe that he possibly will lose. We don't know. And I think what's so interesting is this is the pressure that you feel at the top of a team. Rin, Kaiser, Loki, these are all geniuses, except for Kaiser. Have they all been fighting like this? Fighting like this stress was perfectly natural? Maybe they're used to this stress, or just maybe they all have had their reasonings. Rin has his backstory. Kaiser has his backstory. Loki, this game, we're guaranteed getting a Loki flashback. Like, let's just not even be like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to call it right now. Watch. You guys, look, my ego's about to get inflated even more. Come back to this moment before the game even starts. All time. Right? Peep game and lock in. I personally think that I believe the biggest component aside from, the biggest component of this game is going to be fear. Right? The biggest component in the Japan versus Nigeria was really the ego, the self. That was the biggest thing about that game. Not just like complacency. I mean, those are a myriad of concepts or factors that play into that game. It could be, connection and love, like obviously wanting to play as a family, but really it's the ego. It's what they need to be lectured on. But France, I don't believe, is egoless. They're not egoless. They have Loki, they have Charles, they even have Hugo. These are players that probably, they got egos, right? They're firm within themselves, not just cocky, but ego. Remember, guys, the self. They are firm in themselves. So I think the hot topic of this game is going to be fear. Will Isagi be destroyed by this loss? Or, will he teach Loki and remind him what fear is? Again, I think, guys, and I want to say this, right? I think this game is going to be heavily, just like last game, because I especially with the U20 arc, it's going to be amped up even more with narrative-ness, right? It's going to be, they're going to up the narrative. Like, that's mainly what I was trying to say, guys. They're going to up the narrative. Like, Loki's going to teach Isagi what true fear is. True fear. This is the second best in the world. This is the second best in the world. And right now, Blue Lock, they are strong. They are. Like, we haven't seen these other countries yet, but they're strong. They are. Let's not sit up here and act like Blue Lock is not strong. Blue Lock is not the Blue Lock that used to be, right? This is not Blue Lock from chapter like 1 or 2 or 5. This isn't the under 20s team anymore. This isn't them facing off against Aiku and them anymore, against Asai who isn't even trying. This is all of them are awakened in some way, and I truly believe that this is going to be a very interesting match. I don't think France is going to completely destroy them. They could. If you guys want my honest opinion, all time, what do you think right now? Y'all got the mic right now. Y'all in front of me right now. Hey, all time, right? I'm right next to Kaneshiro himself. Y'all. I got Kaneshiro on the phone actually. Y'all telling me what y'all think, right? What do y'all think of my opinions? Again, I think this match is going to be very narrative driven. I think there's going to be a lot of stupid comments, most definitely, because that's how people are. There's going to be a lot of dumbness that's going to come out from this, and I think it's going to be a sort of eye-opener, right? Eye-awakening. It's going to be an eye-opener for Isagi's character. Remember, Blue Lock is really big, guys, on its foreshadowing, and I think everything that's been laid in between, like the intermissions of this game, because I remember I told you guys, I like intermissions more. Everything that we're being given is going to reflect this match. It is, right? And I want to talk about something too, guys. This is a little bit unrelated to Blue Lock, but sort of related, and I'm just going to give a very short opinion on this. Like what I said, guys, I'm a very non-problematic content creator. I try not to be problematic. I try not to go out of my way to call out or to be disrespectful to any content creators or whatever. I choose to stay out of it. I don't really care. Like, it's just not my thing. However, I will give my take on something that I feel like is a huge problem within not just the Blue Lock community, Blue Lock manga community, but manga communities in general. And it's the amount of slander, the amount of hate, the amount of agendas, all that stuff, right? Because I'm pretty sure for any of you guys who's young, who's under the age of like 25, for all the people who are most likely kids, I'm not a kid anymore, but for a lot of the people who are children and stuff like that, they participate in stuff like that. And the reason why I bring this up is because, the reason why I think it's relevant to this this video, I got to the page where Kaiser scored the hat trick, and for all of those who know about the controversy that has been going on I forgot, it's a TikTok, I think. Yeah, I think so. I think his name is Greenlee, or Anime Greenlee. Sorry if I said your name wrong. Again, I don't know too much about the situation, but I just want to talk about a bigger topic beyond that, right? It has to do with it, but a bigger topic beyond that. Guys, I truly think that slandering and agenda posts and all this type of stuff is what's ruining the manga community. I truly believe it's ruining the anime discussion too, like the any manga community discussion, whatever thing in general. And I'll tell you guys why, right? I think for a time, I'm pretty old, guys, right? I was there back during when JJK was going through its weekly serialization. I believe it was in 2023, now 2 years ago. And I remember Lobotomy Kaizen. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's a big thing that was going on at the time. I'm pretty sure a lot of people know what I'm talking about if you're watching this video. And I feel like that was the beginning of a sort of like funny joke turned toxicity or toxic within the anime-manga community. And I just think there's just so much amount of there's so much amount of hate and negativity and such a huge amount of lack of media literacy and so much stuff that's going on. It's ridiculous. Like, it's sad, guys, because it's sad because of this. Do you guys want to know why I make these videos? Like, truly, do you guys want to know why I make these manga videos? Do you guys want to know why I have this huge manga shelf in the back? Because I'm a fan of this stuff, because I enjoy this stuff, like all of you guys. And I truly thought that making these videos would be a way to transition from my old anime reaction style content, but also too, I wanted to get into manga. I wanted to get into more reading, you know, and novels too, and light novels. But I wanted to form something new, something better. I've been making videos, guys, for a long time, and for as long as I've been making these videos, I've been really wanting to change these things. I've been wanting the anime discussion to be more positive. I've wanted the anime manga discussions to be more genuine, rather than just filled with garbage, filled with hate, filled with all this like this negative, unnecessary fluff, you know? For the past 2 videos, this is now going to be the 3rd video that I am addressing the community and the culture around Blue Lock and the anime and Sphere and stuff like that. And this will probably hopefully it will be, but if it isn't, it isn't. But hopefully this will be one of the last times I talk about this. You know, I just want this to be a trilogy, right? A trilogy end to this community talk, right? But like, I just think the anime manga community is just so toxic, and I feel like it has gotten significantly worse over these past like 3 to 5 years. And I just want us to do better, man. I want us to do better. That's why I make these videos, because I want the community to be better, and I enjoy these. I enjoy the discussions I have with you guys, right? This isn't just us reading and laughing about hype moments and talking about a whole lot of nothing and screaming into a camera and ending the video, you know, pressing the button, it's over. It's like I want to talk with you guys. I want to understand what you guys are thinking. I want to know your guys' theories. You know, like, this series is universal, right? Like, this series is accessible to everyone. Let's have a discussion. Let's talk about it. The way I interpret the series may not be the same as you guys, and that's why it's like, what do we, like, I always ask you guys at the end of these videos, and even in the beginning, like, what do you guys think? Am I spitting? Am I saying stuff that doesn't make any sense? You know, how do you guys feel about these chapters? How do you guys feel about the series overall? Theory crafting, I've said theories earlier, but theory crafting is really fun. You know, I love being in the premiere with you guys. It's like I treat it like a watch party, right? And I watch with you guys, no matter how many of you guys are in there. Sometimes I just watch it by myself. If none of you guys are there, I don't mind. You know, I remember when my channel had no views. You know, I'm used to not having a lot of viewers. So when I get viewers or people who actually support the videos, I deeply appreciate it. I always try to show my gratitude when I can, you know. And like I said, guys, I'm sorry I'm deviating, you know, a little far away from the discussion, but I felt like it was very prevalent for, you know, all of my videos, but, you know, this video. I feel like with this match, it's definitely going to breed a lot of toxicity. I'm calling it. I think it definitely will. And I think for my own sanity and for a lot of you guys' sanity, listen, if you use any social media, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, spread my channel, right? Spread it, because I want more people to find my discussions and to just be a reminder. I want to be the reminder. I want to be the fire, right? I want to be the reminder that not just Blue Lock, but any manga, but any manga in general too, the discussion around it isn't completely cooked. All right, listen, I have media literacy, guys. Listen, you know, and hopefully you guys do too, right? You know, these are pieces of fiction. You know, these are books. This is entertainment. You know, and I want us to be able to have fun with it, not just be negative all the time about it, and to just blatantly misunderstand the series. It's like, how could you read something and just be all right? Anyways, right, but I just wanted to bring up the anime Greenlee situation. No hate to him at all. In fact, I actually watched some of his YouTube videos too, and I know that he uses primarily TikTok. If he ever watches this video, shouts out to him. You know, and shouts out to all the Blue Lock creators. I try not to be negative. I just want the discourse around it to chill out, man. Like, I'm tired of slandering. I'm tired of the agenda posts. It's just not funny. Like, I'm not gonna lie, guys. For a time, you know, I don't know, 2 years ago, going on almost 3 years ago, it was funny, but like now it's boring. It's just not. It's lame. There's no substance to talk about. There's nothing, like, it's just like, I don't know. But primarily, I know children indulge themselves in that stuff, so I'm not even gonna, you know. But anyways, this video, man, like, this was one of my favorite intermissions. Like, I thought the U20's Japan versus Blue Lock, you know, when Isagi scored the luck goal, you know, season 2 of Blue Lock, when that gets animated after, like, pre-NEL, before we see Kunigami and everything, you know, when Isagi reminisces with, like, that old friend that must have been luck or something, and Isagi gains, like, his first fan. That was, like, literally, guys, that's my second ever Blue Lock video. Like, that is. Like, go back. That's my second ever, I think. Yeah, it is. And that was my favorite intermission arc in all of Blue Lock. Like, it was. But these tidbits, these very short, I think we read 5 chapters of this video. I could be wrong. 5 chapters of intermissions. This was my favorite intermission. Like, hands down. We got so much in terms of Nagi's side, but also Isagi's side and Ego side too. You know, Loki's side as well, right? New generation, another new gen. I thought Loki was new gen, but I guess he could still be. It's not really confirmed. I mean, he could be, but I think he's just mainly treated as like a master, I guess. You know, and with him being the same age as Isagi, it's like, you know, I really like his line. That was very poetic. And I'm surprised he even remembered that. Like, I usually in Blue Lock, whenever characters talk trash or talk some smack, you know what I'm saying, with the ego eyes flared, they forget about it. Or, like, maybe it won't even be talked about or brought up again. Maybe it'll be, like, a future nickname. I don't know. It won't be brought up consistently in the narrative. But Loki, like, he remembered that. He personally remembered that, saying, I want Isagi, I want to see for myself if I'm just a person who happened to be born fast. He took that personally. He really, really did. And it's like, again, he was training hard. You saw him. Hey, look, guys, I don't care what any of y'all say. He was sweating. He was training. He had the black eyes he had the flow eyes. Like, maybe not the ego eyes, but the flare eye, like the flow eyes. He had that flared for a reason. Like, it's like, we can't sit up here and ignore this, guys. We cannot. We can't, you know? Man. And it's interesting. It really, really, really is interesting, you know? My biggest theory and takeaway this video is that I think that this match, do I think Blue Lock is going to lose? I lean more towards yes. Do I want them to lose? I mean, it depends. It depends. I love Blue Lock. I like Isagi. I like actually, you know what's even more interesting, guys? Shido and Baro can play in this game too. I didn't even talk about that. How do you guys feel about that? You think Shido and Baro are playing? I honestly think they are. I really hope they are. Like, they gotta, because, like, this is Loki we're talking about. Like, I said this, remember, when everybody, you know, I remember all the discourse. You remember my angry rant, my emotional rant in the first, in the first U20 video? I was saying that we can't, and everyone was getting mad at Isagi on the internet, and I'm just like, look, we can't, because look, what are we gonna do? Look what Isagi's saying in the bathroom stall. How long did I make that video? Almost 2 months ago now, almost a month ago. We can't be satisfied. We can't be sad. We gotta try things, because if we do what we do, we're gonna lose. It's like, if we do what we do, and even what Ego said on the roof, like, Ego said on the roof, I believe, that if you keep doing, like, crazy things, the team might not be able to keep up, and y'all have discourse. That's true, but in that same vein, if you stay complacent with your little 3 goals, you know, those great against a team who doesn't know about the ego, how's that gonna fly against France? We're gonna get steamrolled, like steamrolled. Like, if Blue Lock's Japan score even 1 or twice, like, they're even close to tying it, that shows how relative they are, right? This match is going to, like, guys, this match is gonna decide the narrative, and I mean that in terms of, like, how relative the current Blue Lock is post NEL against one of the best teams in the world. It is. It is. And it's like if you know, during the God Talk, when Isagi was saying, you know, we need the geniuses, talented learners to keep being the best. I need to keep getting new ideas. I'm thinking next game, like, guys, this game, as Hisaki's walking on, the game starting, and it's going to be introduction. The introduction is going to go crazy, guys. The introduction is going to go crazy. We need all the geniuses. We need Baro. We need Shido. We need, oh my gosh, we need Rin. We need Chigiri. We need Kunigami. We need all of, throw them all on the field. No positioning. Like, just this freestyle day everywhere. Because at this point, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. What you think, Koa? What you think, boy? Jump. Jump, boy. Jump. He's not gonna jump, guys. You guys can see him in his little Santa uniform. Come here, boy. Over here. Over here. Nope, other way. Nope. He's begging, guys. Hold on, look. Nope. You're gonna move if I move the camera? Look. Oh, he's moving. Wait. Look at him. You guys see him? He's right there. Got a little Santa uniform on. Anyways, but I'm excited. Like, I really am. And honestly, I think... Oh, trying to fix my camera. It's like anything could happen. Anything could happen. What do you guys think? I want to see comments. It's been a while. Hopefully I can get this out by the end of the year. Hopefully, right? But I want to see how you guys feel about this. I want to see. If you guys are new to the channel, you guys know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe. This might be one of the last videos, blog videos before the end of the year, so show support. You know, I'd really appreciate that. It'd mean the world to me. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for an amazing 2025. Right, onward to 2026. And if this comes out after, it comes out after. Let's keep it strong this year with 2026. I have big plans for this year, guys, and big plans for 2027 as well. And I hope you guys can stay with me through the journey. I'm going to keep doing this for as long as I enjoy it. I'm never going to stay satisfied, and neither should you guys. Share the channel. You want to know why I want y'all to share my channel? It's not because I want attention. It's not just because I want motion. It's because I want people to see that the community isn't just what it looks like. Look at my manga. You see all this? You see what all that is? It's comprehension. Yeah. Look at that. You know? I got it. I still got it. I got it, guys. So share it. Share this everywhere. Hopefully we can hit 3K by February. Maybe we can. Maybe we can't. If we can't, that's fine. But I'm gonna try to go hard for y'all. I love y'all. Just like if you like the video, I am perfectly cool with that. Ratings are there for a purpose. But most of all, Premiere and everybody else, leave comments, right? And I miss you guys, man. I do. I miss you guys. I've been slacking, man. I have. You guys see the physique? You know, I'm still kind of built. I've gotten a little skinnier. You know, you guys see the videos? You know, I'm getting satisfied. You know, so I need y'all to help me out, man, you know? I'll catch you guys soon, though. You know, hopefully I won't take 2 months. In the next blog video. Comment too, before I end this, do you guys want to see one chapter a video? Like serious question. Do you guys want to see the newest chapters every single time it drops? Or do you guys want me to wait like 3 and make it a good video? Let me know. I'll try to dodge these spoilers, man. It's hard. It's hard, guys. Spoil all the time. Loki. Oh, we're coming for you, Loki. We're here. We ain't running away. We're not running away. Spoil all the time. And I'm out.
To become the best in the world, to the world stage. I will lead Japan at the World Cup and bring it back.